And now our special segments, beginning with, again, Donald Trump. I mentioned him quite a few times. Here are a few nice pictures of Trump with $1 or 2016, or with other US dollars. Anyway, the Trump train has been derailed. Donald downs the dollar after we had the US dollar rising on hopes for fiscal spending, infrastructure, lower taxes. From the elections onwards, we had January 2017 has been a bit rough. But now we don't have to wait for speculation, we already have action. So, Trump was inaugurated as the 45th President of the United States on Friday. Here is a picture from his speech, from when he took the oath of office. His inauguration speech was very nationalistic. He talked about America first, okay, which sounds a bit scary. Working for the people against the establishment, repeating his campaign promises. The immediate reaction on Friday was a drop in the Mexican peso and a slightly stronger Japanese yen. But the moves were relatively small. We had bigger moves this week. The day after the inauguration, on Saturday, there were huge protests across the United States, with conservative estimates talking about 3.2 million people. Including in Washington, there were more people coming for the demonstrations than for the inauguration, and he's the least popular US president so far. So far, it doesn't stop him from acting, but if his approval ratings fall, the Republicans might be a bit more reluctant to cooperate with him on things they do not like. Okay. But let's focus on markets. His first actions in office, he began working on Monday, was canceling TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and that was totally expected. This agreement doesn't really lower tariffs. It was opposed more from the left than from the right. Also, Hillary Clinton was not so supportive of that. Bernie Sanders was fully against it, and he supported Trump on this specific action. But of course, the world doesn't like it, even if it was expected. There are reports on Trump trying to get a side deal with Canada, a renegotiation of NAFTA that will be beneficial for these two big countries, basically excluding Mexico. He announced a freezing on federal hiring. This might push the non-farm payrolls report to the downside, okay? The federal government still needs to hire and fire people, of course, needs to be on the move, so that could be a bit worrying. And he did something that markets do like, which is announced that he'll cut regulation by 75%, whatever that means. Just trimming the first pages from any book, any regulation book. I don't know what it means, but we'll learn in the next few days, I assume. All in all, we had more moves that are trade war related that markets don't like, and we're still missing the fiscal stimulus. When Republicans are more into cutting taxes and less into infrastructure spending, okay? But he hasn't announced anything on that front. It's more trade war so far. The Donald dollar. Here is Steve Mnuchin. I think he hasn't been approved yet as Treasury Secretary. He did talk in Washington. He did in his confirmation appearances. He did say that the US dollar is a bit problematic, and also Donald Trump, the president himself, said the strong US dollar is killing us. So when they do refer directly to the dollar, and their rhetoric is different from previous administrations. They do not trump up the strong dollar, but say it is killing us, okay? So this also adds to the fact that the dollar is on the back foot. But anyway, we don't know how the week will end. Maybe he will introduce fiscal stimulus. Maybe he will tone down the rhetoric about trade and immigration. But you never know. All in all, Donald and the dollar, trade wars, China, Mexico, elsewhere, is bad for the US dollar. Fiscal stimulus, infrastructure, deregulation is good for the US dollar. These are the things we should focus on. He moves also individual stocks, but for currencies, these two things are key. These two things are fundamental. Okay, let's take another look at the charts and see if this consolidation. No, again, after some consolidation of the US dollar, once again we're seeing US dollar on the back foot, at least against the euro. The best currency to follow is dollar yen.